What's going on, guys? Aaron here. Welcome back to a brand new video on this channel. So welcome to a tier list video. So to start with, I'm gonna have to apologise for taking 3 months off on this channel, just while trying to dust this channel off, because I've been trying to focus on the main TV channel, because I've been working over there on that channel and trying to do things more than I should do, like try and do FIFA videos and all that, but the editing has just been really bad. I can't sync up the audio with the game audio, and the audio goes off sync. It's really annoying, because obviously I do this clap thing where it syncs it all up, but it's been hard going to do that. But yeah, so I've been working over there, and obviously I've taken 3 months off again, which I do apologise. So I hope to come back on this channel more and show you guys a bit more what I do behind the scenes on Realm and TV, or do more videos like this. So yeah, welcome to a tier list video, guys. Today I'm going to be rating my view of stadiums I've been to over the course of me being a fan of football. But I know this might not be all of it, but there's like 30, maybe like 29 grounds here which I've been to in the past. So I'm going to be rating them from best experience, decent, meh, alright, and then just shit, because like some grounds are just really poor. Like if they are really poor with being friendly staff and all that, or they're just really bad at how the ground looks, or how I'm not rating them by the team, I'm just rating them by the ground, because the grounds may be bad, they may be nice, but I'm not rating them by the team, because if say that there was a bad team in there, I'd just go shit, but I'm just rating them by the grounds. So meh should be down there, that's better. So it's best experience, decent, alright, meh, just shit. Alright, so starting off with our first ground, we are starting off with Plymouth Argyle. I've been there a couple of times with the Alex now, and with that ground being all upgraded, with their lower stands being with seats now, it looks a lot better than it did, because last time I went they had no seats there, and there were just seats up in the higher tier of their stadium, which there was no seats whatsoever in the lower tier. They put seats in there now, it looks a lot better than it did. So for that ground, I've been there twice, I'm going to give that a decent stadium, because yeah, it's alright. I've been there multiple times now. It's decent now. It's decent that it's an upgrade. If it wasn't upgraded very well, I'll put it in alright. But now they've upgraded it, it's decent. So moving on to, I'm guessing it's Shrewsbury Town. I've been there maybe a couple of times now with the Alex, but Shrewsbury's ground, since I don't know, because obviously they used to play at another ground which wasn't really good for their pitch. I don't know where that was, Game Meadows, I think, where they used to play, or that's where they play now. I can't quite remember, but yeah, they used to play another ground. That pitch was really poor, but now they come back to this one and they've got like a training pitch for like Sunday League teams. They can go and play there at the side of Shrewsbury's grounds, which is good for that community around there. So you know what, I've been there a couple of times now. It's a really good ground to go to, so I'm going to give it an alright, because I do prefer it. It's just not one of the best, okay? So that's why I'm putting Shrewsbury Town there. Next ground we are going with is Swindon Town. Swindon Town, yeah, I've been there a couple of times now with the Alex again. Obviously I'm gonna keep repeating I've been there with the Alex, because these are the most grounds I have been with the Alex, and obviously because I'm a Crew fan, I've been there with Relevant TV. So yeah, so we've been Swindon Town's ground. I've been there. I'm not even gonna repeat the names of the grounds. Some of them I do know, some of them I don't. But anyway, yeah, with Swindon's ground, it's not bad for a ground, you know, because obviously with their open top stand, which is the opposite side of the well, it's just an away supporter side. That is a good side of the ground. Plus where they sit, obviously where we sit for the fans, we do get shoved up in one corner, which isn't too bad, I suppose. But if it brought like a big crowd, I reckon we'd be able to fill quite a majority of the stands. But with their open top stand, I reckon Crew fans would be able to fill that. But obviously, I wouldn't say we're not a big team, but we can bring a crowd. But we didn't bring in much crowd to Swindon. So with that, I'm gonna put Swindon being I'm going to say with it being decent. Alright, so moving on to Blackpool now. Blackpool's ground, I've been there, how many times have I been there with Crew now? I think I've been there a couple of times now, to be fair to Blackpool. And obviously Crew did sign a Blackpool player is it Michael Nottingham, who he signed from Blackpool. I don't know whether he's going to go there and come back to stay with us, or go back to his home club, which is Blackpool. I don't know, but like I said, I'm not rating them by players, team, or whatever. I'm just rating them how they actually are. So Blackpool, I've been there a few times now. It's quite a nice ground. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's an alright ground. It's obviously not one of my best experiences that I've ever been on, but Blackpool's a good ground, obviously, because it's a seaside town and you get used to it over there. But yeah, it's an alright ground. Alright, so next one is a local ground I've been to, which is Nantwich Town. Now, if you guys have been to Nantwich Town before, it's got one stadium, well, one stand, maybe two. It's not really a stand, it's more of a standing stand. It's a bit boring, to be fair. But Nantwich is, because they've only got one ground, obviously, but they've got their training pitch behind their facility. But I guess again, I don't know whether Nantwich Town actually do train on there or not, or they go find somewhere else to train. But yeah, their grounds, it's alright, but it's just a bit shit. I'm gonna put it in shit because obviously it's a local stadium to me. It's in Nantwich. It's got one stand for sitting and one stand for standing, and you don't really fit many people in that ground, in both sitting and standing, because obviously you stand around the pitch and all that, which is near enough like if you think about it, it's near enough like a Sunday League stadium, but it isn't, because they are non-league. It's non-league, and you got to really put up with it really. But I'm gonna just put it because it's not the best stadium I've been to. It's not even meh. It's just shit really, because once you're standing up, you feel like you start to get uncomfortable where you stand, so you have to keep moving about and stuff. So that's what I put on there. Okay, so next ground we are going to put up with is Port Vale. Now this is a local rival to the Alex, and I've been there multiple times. Their ground is, I'm not going to say it's shit because that'd be just horrible, because obviously I'm not rating the team, like I said. I'm rating the stadium and the experience. So Port Vale's ground, I'm going to put, obviously Port Vale's not the best experience, it's not decent. I'm between meh and alright with Port Vale, because their ground's quite big for them, but obviously since they've had their upgrade as well, because they've had their seating, the rest of their seating area, that's been done up, so they've got a full capacity of seats now, which is great by Port Vale, because I think they had done that ever since this lockdown happened, so that's good for Vale fans. Now they've got more space to sit down, because it was all like seating all the way around until at one point, and then it was all just like brick, pretty much. So yeah, for Vale's ground, I'm gonna go with meh, because obviously Crew fans can bring a lot of fans there, and the atmosphere for the fans is absolutely, well, for Crew fans or rival fans, it's you know what, for the experience for the fans it's alright, because we obviously have a good time there, or try and have a good time there, depending if we're winning or losing. But we always try to get behind the lads there, and it's an alright stadium. It's not exactly meh or shit. So yeah. Alright, so moving on to Fleetwood Town. Fleetwood Town is a Blackpool side, because it's in Blackpool. It's not far from Blackpool's ground actually. Fleetwood Town, I've been there. I think I've been there once or twice now. It's not a bad ground, to be fair, because there's more seating for the fans, and then I think there's a standing stand again for the fans. Well, for Fleetwood, it's not a bad ground, to be fair, so I'm going to put it, I've got a feeling I want to put it in meh for now. I might change it at the end, but it's a meh ground for me, because obviously I've got no particular reason to why it's a meh ground. It's just there, because I don't particularly want to say Blackpool's bigger than Fleetwood. It is a little bit, but I prefer Blackpool's ground more than Fleetwood, so it's just meh. Okay, so moving on to, which I believe is Barnet's ground. Barnet was a good stadium to visit back when I went with the Alex. Again, I need to stop saying back with the Alex, because I've obviously been there with all the Alex. I've been there with the Alex, so not many of these grounds. And their away bar is actually really nice to go and sit in there. You got watch the sports, and you feel comfortable in there. So you know what? I'm going to give it an alright stadium. Actually, no, I'm going to put in decent. Decent because of the away bar, the away experience there is just really good, and you can You can watch the sport before the match, and yeah, they've got nice friendly staff on there, so yeah, it's a decent ground. Okay, so next up we have is, I believe that is Grimsby Town. Grimsby is, you know what, with Grimsby, us fans, we really did get really pushed into the corner for this one, because I don't know why we got shoved in the corner, but we had plenty of like space behind the goal, but no one wanted us behind the goal, so we were sort of in the corner, but we all got squished in the corner and get up against the metal cage. So for that experience, I'm just going to go meh, because I didn't really like it because of how we were, and I don't think there was much foot room at Grimsby, to be fair. You can't really get comfortable there, so yeah, Grimsby Town is meh. I don't prefer it. It's not a nice ground. Alright, so moving on to one of the bigger stadiums now, no doubt about it, is Wembley Stadium. Wembley Stadium is one of the best, no doubt about it, best stadiums any fan can wish for, because obviously it was home to Tottenham Hotspur, but it's home to England international team, and I've been there twice now for the Johnson's Pen Trophy and for the playoff final for the Alex. So I enjoy going there because you get the atmosphere, you get behind the boys, and you really want to cheer your team on there. So yeah, it's a really, really good ground to go to. Alright, so moving on to Warsaw's ground, this is, because every so many games I go on away games to, I seem to always pass it and see it on the way up to somewhere. Say I go to, where's the one we usually go past? Or go to, shall I say? I can't remember one we go to, but we go past it many times when we go on different away trips. And with Warsaw's ground, it's very similar to Scunthorpe United's ground, which is down here somewhere. It's very similar, the format for the away fans, because the cafe bar area is I think it's in the same position as the one at Walsall, or it's in a different position, and then the toilets for the fans are in a different position then, but it's in the same format for some weird reason. It really is, because when I get to it, I'll tell you about it, because I don't know whether I showed the guys on the Rowan TV channel what it's actually like, but it's in the same format for the away fans. It's really weird that. So for my thought, I'm going to put Walsall in. Well, for the away fan experience, I'm going to say it's because we get behind the goal. I'm going to put it in an alright ground, because the reason why it's alright, because obviously you get behind, because everyone gets right behind the goal and everyone has a bit of fun there and really gets behind the lads there. So yeah, it's an alright ground. Moving on to Macclesfield Town, another derby for the Alex there. For that ground, that obviously when we played on that time and everyone was behind the goal, which there were fans still behind the goal last time I went, but it's like the last time, I don't know if I remember if I went, because when George Ray scored that goal and everyone got a bit crushed behind the barriers there, which I'm not referencing anything there. I'm just saying people were getting a bit crushed when they were celebrating with George Ray, and not many people like that. But with Macclesfield Town, we do take a fair bunch of fans to there, and it's good to get behind them. But with going to Macclesfield Town's ground, it's a mess stadium. No, it's not shit. It's not yet anyway. Yeah, it's a meh ground. I don't mind it. It's just meh. Okay, so next one is Carlisle United's ground. Now, with Carlisle United, I don't know if any Carlisle United fans are going to watch this, but their big stand is halfway out of the ground. Why is that? For some reason, because usually stands are meant to be in line with each other, not look like they're disappearing outside the ground, because it looks like the ground is leaving. It looks like it's leaving the stadium. So, but that was a good away day, that was, because a lot of fans got behind the lads there, and plus there was sun shining on our end for a bit, and I obviously took my flag with me, which I don't think, oh yeah, behind me there, but it was a bit droopy, my flag was, but I still took it to support the lads. But for ground itself, I don't mind it, because they've got a nice area to go and get your brews and like pies and all that. So yeah, it's an alright ground to go to. Okay, so next up is Accrington Stanley. This picture I chose, well there's two. Actually, let me put them both together. So So we've got two pictures of the stadium, one with the old stand, one with the new stand. So I'm going to rate it with the old stand when I went for my experience there. So obviously when I went with Accrington Stanley, I think Accrington Stanley won that one. I'm not entirely sure, but when I think they did. So when the old ground was there, obviously the steward there was telling us that that they're going to get an upgrade on the stand, which they did, which is fantastic because their little away end looked like a cow shed. To be fair, it actually did, because obviously with all the stand poles holding the roof up, one of the seats was even in line or in a good spot for the seats, because the seat, as soon as it went down, it was like that. It was just in line with the pole, and you were just sitting cross-legged across the pole on the stand, which was fantastic, which was really crap for view, because what if that stand got packed one day and you're sat on that pole? You can't really do much about it, to be fair. So for that reason, I'm just gonna put it in shit, because it was a bit shit at the time, and then I didn't prefer it because obviously there's a stand where fans were standing for the away fans. It's not bad, but it's just shit. That was shit at the time. So for the new stand, I'm going to put it in meh. I've not seen it, but it's meh. So the old is shit, the new is meh. Okay, so moving on to which I believe is Newport County. It's Crawley Town. I've been there. With that stand, I was in. I can't remember if it was like a permanent stand where they'd put like a big like tent over top of the stand. Not exactly well built stand, that isn't. So don't get me wrong, I enjoyed going there because I got to stand behind the goal and all that, and I felt the need to like switch it up a little bit, because I sat in there for the first half and I went down the goal second half. It made it a little bit better, so we can get to see the game a bit better. But sitting underneath a big tent was meh. It's a meh ground. I liked it, but it just didn't get the alright thing from me. Alright, so moving on to, I'm guessing this is Forest Green's ground now. Yes, Forest Green. Now the reason I'm going to do this instantly is shit, because I don't like it for a fan experience, because obviously last time a bunch of crew fans went, and it was chucking it down for the fans. Forest Green had to move over, and then a bunch of crew fans went underneath their stand to let them move over, so they can stay dry, which was all good and everything. But for when I went and you got that one bit of away stand where people can sit, it's got 3 rows up there, so it's like it's near enough like a viewing platform to where they were sat. So I don't like it for that reason, because that stand was just poor. Again, it was bad for feet room, or foot room, shall I say, and for the experience. Obviously they're a vegan club as well, so you get to try vegan beer or vegan pies for the first time. I don't think I ever did have a vegan pie from there. I just had something else instead, because I'm not vegan, so I didn't want to try any vegan food. So that's why it's going in just shit, because it actually is. So now moving on to the Alex, obviously I'm going to put it in the best experience, because it's not going to go decent, alright, or meh. It's going to go in the best experience, because what I've heard from fans that apparently we have really good friendly staff at the Alex, and I can agree with that. We do have friendly staff at the Alex, and you can get along with them, and you can enjoy the moment when you're there at the Alex. Obviously, yeah, we may have empty seats near and there, but obviously when we're playing well, we get the fans coming back into the ground, because say like we were playing really badly one time, and those fans were not really increasing the capacity of the stadium. I don't think I've ever seen that. I don't think I've seen the stands very full before, but for sure I'd love to see it full, but it'll give me bad anxiety seeing it's very full. But more on that later, because I'll probably tell you a long story about all of this. But yeah, for the Alex, it's going to be one of the best experiences, because obviously I grew up in this town, and I thought, hey, why not have it as one of the best experiences? Because obviously I grew up being an Alex fan, and I've always enjoyed going to the Alex like for home games, and obviously away games. But obviously home games there are just something different, you know. It's just that something different which we all want to enjoy. for us Alex fans. Okay, so moving on to Mansfield Town now. Mansfield Town, been a couple of times to Mansfield now, which is, for that reason, obviously they've got at least 3 stands. One's boarded up, unless they're going to upgrade it in the near future, which would be fantastic for Mansfield to try and upgrade it, because obviously their 4th stand is boarded up. But they've got the thing is about Mansfield, the one thing I like about their ground is that they've got a massive scoreboard, electronic scoreboard in the middle, in the corner of their ground, which is fantastic to see that for a League Two side. I didn't think they would for a League Two side, but the only other grounds I've seen with the electronic scoreboard is obviously Wembley, Port Vale have got one, but it's not exactly, Vale's isn't exactly like Mansfield's or Wembley's one. And I think Fleetwood Town, don't get me wrong, I think Fleetwood Town have got one as well, if I correctly remember. So for grounds, so small grounds have electronic scoreboards, it just makes it better because you can see what the score was, and then it gives you like the notification on the board saying goal and showing the player and all that. So yeah, for that reason, I'm going to give it an alright, because I enjoy going to that ground, I really do. Alright, so Tranmere Rovers was another ground I went to. That's Liverpool, which is Liverpool based, I suppose. But yeah, going to Tranmere was an experience, you know. I enjoyed that. I'm going to give that the best experience I've been to Tranmere, because I've never been to Tranmere Rovers before, and I like how that stadium's set up, because obviously seeing their smaller side, which obviously we weren't in, seeing that was, I don't know, just seeing the whole ground, to be fair, is just an experience, and getting to enjoy the atmosphere and all that, and us fans making as much noise as we can. So yeah, moving on to, which I believe is Notts County. I've been there before now, and I'm going to give that an alright stadium, because I don't know, I'm between meh and alright for Notts County being a big stadium. I was just about to say big club, but they're really not. But for Notts County, I do enjoy going there. I did enjoy going there. It's a good ground for Notts County, it really is. So I'm going to go with alright with that one. Next up we got is Morecambe's ground. Morecambe is another good match day out. For the ground, it's not the best. It's not as good as did I say Barnet? Yeah, it's not as good as Barnet, because I can't remember what their tea room was like or whatever. But for Morecambe, I'm gonna say meh. Even though Perringy scored that goal that time and celebrated in the fans near us, and Dave Artell celebrated with him, that was quite good. That. Alright, so moving on to Newport with the very colourful seats there. Newport, that was a good experience for me, that was, because obviously I got to go behind the scenes at Newport when I went, because obviously I went around one side of the ground, and then we came to get tickets, and then we didn't really bother to go around the other side of the ground, just could come there to walk all the way around. So the ticket people gave us an insight behind the scenes of the ground, and then we got to walk over. Yeah, so going to Newport's ground. The thing is about Newport's ground is that they had a new beer bar that was made for the away side, and apparently us crew fans were the first ones to be able to use that facility. And it was all new for Newport. So yeah, I enjoyed going to that ground. It was fantastic. Okay, moving on to Liverpool Anfield ground. Obviously best experience, no doubt about it, because I've been there now twice. One with the Alex, and one to go and watch Liverpool play against Crystal Palace. Yeah, we got put in the I think it's the Anfield Road end. I don't know what side that is. Because you got the Cop, Kenny Dalglish side, and the Anfield Road end. Yeah, that's the. I don't know what side that's called, but any Liverpool fan will tell me what that side's called. I appreciate it. Yeah, so crew fans got put underneath like the small, in one of the ends there at Anfield, and it was good. It was a good experience to watch both my favourite clubs play against one another. It was an experience, but it's hard to not celebrate, and it was, because you want to cheer for like Liverpool scoring and cheer for the Alex scoring. It was hard. It really was. I went to watch Liverpool versus Crystal Palace. Yeah, that was a good match. That was a good match. I didn't get to really experience it very well, because obviously I was mucking around with my camera at the time and trying to get my phone. I was all over the place that match. I really was. But Now, the reason it was a good experience for Liverpool, because I got to go to the Liver building to start with, because it was like a almost like VIP trip from the Liver building to Anfield. It was a good experience because I got to have food before the match, so it was decent. It was decent, but best experience. Moving on to Middlesbrough now. Middlesbrough was another great experience to go there, to go and sit in the Championship side ground. It almost looked like Wembley when you go inside, because obviously Wembley's a bit bigger than Middlesbrough. But when we went there with the Alex again, we took Middlesbrough 2 penalties, and then Dave Richards saved the last penalty for us, and we went through to the next round of the Carabao Cup. Going to Middlesbrough's ground was a really, really good experience. I mean, we were all in one block at the time. I don't know whether we put tickets in to get like a big section of the ground or allocated tickets, but it was a really good experience because, again, the big stadium for Middlesbrough, seeing crew get to do that, go through, it was a really good experience. Blackburn Rovers. I've been there twice with Alex now, to Blackburn Rovers. Again, that was a really good stadium to go to. It's not one of the best experiences, but I don't know, because their half-time tea room / bar area, it's quite nice, you know. It's nice. It's not. I'm gonna put it in decent. I might move it up to the best experience yet, I don't know, but it was decent to go there because obviously we've been there twice now and we've got to experience a match day there twice. I think one was a cup. I think they're both cup matches, you know, or friendlies. I'm not exactly sure, but yeah, it was a decent match that was. Next up, do you remember how earlier on I was speaking about Warsaw's ground being very, very similar to Scunthorpe United's? It really is, because basically the half-time, because behind the goal is very similar. As I was saying, Scunthorpe United is very similar to Walsall, because obviously their behind the goal is very similar, and then their half-time tea room is probably in the same sort of location. Everything's in the same location as Walsall, pretty much. So whether I put Walsall in alright, but for Scunthorpe, I'm going to go Meg, just because it's a little bit smaller of a stadium. Alright, so next one, you guys are going to be very surprised about this one, but yes, I went to Old Trafford to watch a match, and I was in the wrong end at the time, and I got a little bit too hyperactive in that end of the United end, in the Trafford end, where a couple of mates of my dad's invited us to go for tickets, and we obviously my dad accepted it. I don't know how old I was at the time, but it's not a shit ground, but a shit experience for me because I was in the wrong end at the time. Like, Old Trafford itself as a stadium, it is best experience because I went from touring there. It's a good experience, but for me, for putting Old Trafford, me being a United fan for the day, and then I started, you know, I'm not gonna say it because it makes me look horrible, even though I'm a Liverpool and Crew fan, but having that experience being a United fan for the day was not the best thing ever. So it's not going in shit for the stadium, it's going in shit because I was a United fan for the day, which was stupid. Moving on to our last two, Northampton Town and Stevenage. Northampton Town Stadium, it's quite nice for Northampton Town's ground. I'm going to put it in alright, because yeah, I enjoyed going there because they've got a really big stadium. They've got a big stadium for their fans. It's nice to actually go there, but yeah, it's just in between. It's an alright stadium. Last one, Stevenage United. Stevenage United? Am I right in saying that? No, it's just Stevenage. I don't know what Stevenage United for. I don't know where that came from, but Stevenage's ground, I'm going to say, because obviously we've got Granite Gold and their stadiums, I'm going to put it in meh. It was an alright ground to go to. It's just small, but it was an alright ground to go to. It was meh, so it was meh for me. Alright, so there we go. There's my tier list for this video. I hope. I don't know if I want to move anything around as such, because obviously we've got Blackburn Rovers, because I was in between meh, decent and best experience, but it's a decent ground, that is. Same with Plymouth Argyle. It's not best experience because the best experience is Wembley, the Alex, Tranmere, Liverpool, and I mean, you guys might disagree with me having the Alex in best experience because I mean, yeah, it's a nice ground by all means, but just think of it when that big stand wasn't there. It was near enough a cow shed, pretty much. So now they got the big stand, it's made it look good. So yeah, but it's a decent stadium. It's a decent stadium, but the best experience to go to. But I like it. Is it obviously because it's my team, it's my team's ground. So yeah, best experience. Because I feel like I want to put it in decent, but I don't know. I might leave it in decent because obviously it's not an experience to go to the Alex. The experience is Wembley, Tranmere, Anfield, and Middlesbrough. Yeah, I'll put the Alex in decent. If you guys disagree with me, I don't blame you. Because I'm between best experience and decent. Let's see, what else can we do? Mess around with here. I think that's about right, you know. But obviously, the experience for Old Trafford, I'll put it there. But being a fan for United for the day wasn't the best. So yeah, Old Trafford being best experience, not watching the match, just being there, going around the tour there, best experience. Yeah, and then we've got obviously because we've got Forest Green, Accrington Stanley, and Nantwich Town in just shit. And then Fleetwood, Grimsby, Town, Stevenage, Accrington Stanley's new ground, Crawley. So yeah, there's my tier list for today's video. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you drop a like rating, subscribe for more videos like this, and yeah, I hope to see you guys soon, and I hope you guys are staying safe. So I'll catch you guys soon. Peace.